Definitely TikTok. TikTok is more fast paced, and the crazy thing is, 3 to 5 months ago, that's when I really started posting. I know we'll probably get into this later, but yeah, I started like working with like A Boogie social media, like his TikTok. So I knew that his team. But a crazy moment was when he actually like played some music because he has an album coming out soon. So when he played like 1 or 2 songs that didn't even come out.
TP on that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's crazy. Yeah, so I was like, yo, he played some, and because they didn't want any phones out for the songs because you know it's songs, like it's unreleased, it's songs that ain't come out yet. But I was one of the few people like actually able to record. So like I have, it's just crazy having that much
big level
power.
status.
Yeah. It's like that type of status was crazy. It was wild. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be real. It was crazy to me because we talked about it like 2 weeks prior, but you know, when I got the login and I was like, yo, I'm on A Boogie's account, yo. That's when it was like, dang. I was like, yo, that's wild.
What's good, it's your boy Neil?
JP.
And you're now tuned in with Sudden Moves. Today I got a special guest with us. You mind introduce yourself?
Yep, Mike Hunter, also known as Thunder Productions.
Where did you even come up with the name?
Oh, well, that name sort of started when I was in high school because I started the whole thing in high school and I was an OKC Thunder fan.
See.
So, you know, that's how it's goofy, but that's how it started. So I just added the productions at the end and now that's how we got here.
Okay. I feel bad that the OKC is not winning right now, but you live in the Thunder name, so.
Okay.
Yeah, we take it right now, but you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't know, not anymore with getting Chet, but
that was a good
it's a
pick,
process. It's a process. Yeah, I like that pick. I like that pick. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens.
So content creation. Talk to me about getting into the content creation space.
So basically I started, like I said, in high school. Mainly I always find myself like in high school always looking at sports highlights because I was an athlete myself. I grew up playing soccer since I was like 5-6 years old. Played every sport nearly except hockey. I went through baseball, football, even football a little bit.
What position?
Basketball. What position for what?
Basketball.
Basketball, guard.
Football.
But football. I think receiver.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I only did it for like 1 year. Football was one I played the least amount, but soccer, that was the one I was the best at.
Okay.
So, if I probably wasn't doing where I am today with content creation, I'll most likely probably be trying to play soccer somewhere with college and stuff like that. But going back to content creation, I always was like sports oriented, watching sports highlights and stuff like that. So one day in high school, I just was researching on how to make those highlights myself instead of always watching them. Because as you all probably know, you probably have friends and stuff like that. When we were all younger, everyone wanted to be like the next YouTube gamer, like Cash Nasty or Jester or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to watch those guys. So I first started off as like a channel called Cosmo Games. And I actually had like 5,000 subscribers. So I grew a lot just posting Madden 2K gameplay. And then as I got older in high school, like around 15, 16 years old, like, you know, I was going out more like with friends and I was like outside a lot. So I was never really a big gamer. So I was transitioning from like video gaming to like doing sports stuff because I love sports, always watched it. And I wasn't the best at video games, man. I mean, my friends would sometimes
You was
be
trash?
I'm good. I'm still nice at Madden. Don't get it twisted. I'm still nice. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I mean, video games, you know, that I just can't take it too much. You know, I'm very competitive. You know, that gets me mad easily. So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I transitioned into sports and started the whole Thunder Productions or Thunder Prod for short for productions YouTube channel. And now I'm sitting at around like 80,000 subscribers. I haven't posted in a while.
Congrats,
bro. Appreciate it.
Congrats.
I haven't posted in a while because I've been so busy with all this stuff I've been doing recently. Like we'll probably get into later.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically it all started with YouTube, the whole content creation thing, you know. So I just started off trying to be like the next big gaming YouTuber, like every guy probably dreams of at around 12 years old. Like my little brother even tries it, and then just transitioned into like realities of just combining my passion for sports with content creation, and just starting on YouTube.
So do you think that with IG Reels and TikTok, which app is more fast paced for your liking?
Definitely TikTok. TikTok is more fast paced, and the crazy thing is that I haven't really posted on Instagram too much recently. I never really was one to post a lot. because I'm not really a big like social media type of guy, but it's
Right.
funny because I work in that space now.
Yeah.
But definitely TikTok, because I started going crazy on my TikTok about 3 to 5 months ago. That's when I really started posting. I know we'll probably get into this later, but yeah, I started like working with like A Boogie social media, like his TikTok. So I knew that I had to like get more into TikTok.
And we're gonna go deep into that.
Yeah, but
going
yeah,
through the
TikTok's
process
crazy.
of Thunder Productions, right? So what was like the time where you was like, all right, I'm gonna put my heart and soul into productions and being a digital content creator?
I would probably say junior year, because the thing was I was doing a lot as well. Like while I was doing that, I had my own club that I started, Caribbean Club in high school. I was also a track and field athlete, and that's almost like year round because we got indoor and outdoor.
Damn, so you're busy all the time.
Our relay team was pretty good too. You know, shout out to Eli, Pedro, Carl, all the guys, Nate. But our relay team was pretty good too. So we would be running all the time, especially till like outdoor damn near starts, because we would be like running with states and stuff like that, state qualifiers. So yeah, I was it was pretty busy, but basically I treated it as a hobby. You know what I'm saying? So rather than playing games, all that, like usually, you know, around that age you go home, or unless if you're not hanging out with friends, like you're at the crib usually playing video games with 2K or something like that. But instead of doing that, I used that time into perfecting my craft, and it was just something that I was passionate about. So it wasn't like I was just putting work into something like going to job or something like a 9 to 5. Like it was something that I actually was interested in. So I just mainly used that time rather than gaming. Literally, just turned that into trying to be productive with my channel and stuff like that.
So have you ever thought of any like career other than video production?
Video production.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, photography. Like I said, like I started doing photography a little bit more. Like, and currently, like I'm a live content correspondent with the NFL, so I'm on the sidelines during the games in Buffalo, like doing video. So I'm technically a videographer for them. But also, I started taking some photos because I saw some other guys do it sometimes with their page. So I just started practicing taking some photos of some of the players and stuff like that and post it sometimes. So photography is another thing that I started getting into. And another thing with social media, like I said, like running A Boogie's social media, like running his TikTok page. And I'm currently talking with Atlantic on trying to run some other TikTok pages as well, because I've done pretty well with that. So I've always never been comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That's how I like got to where I'm at usually with my YouTube channel. Like instead of just keeping the YouTube, I was like, okay, let me make an Instagram associated with it, then make a TikTok associated, then Twitter. So, you know, rather than just sticking with video and stuff like that, I want to be as well versed as possible. So I stepped into like the social media realm. So sort of like my career is sort of all media based instead of just mainly just video production.
And then I have a question as well, right? With the start of Thunder Productions, because we're going to take it from the beginning to the end, right? So with the start of Thunder Productions, right, who are the people, notable people that around, whether that's around your area, that was helping you with creating digital content as well? So like the people that you was recording, like whether that was when you was playing football, like football, not only that, basketball, like name people.
White Plains High School in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Just that whole, like,
That
my
rivalry,
counselor.
bro. It's that rivalry, bro.
You know, like my counselor, Miss Harrison, always pushing me. And then, you know, just the whole athletic department at White Plains High School supported me because they actually purchased my camera. They purchased my first camera, which is
Shout
the
out to them,
Panasonic.
bro.
Yeah, the Panasonic FC300. So I'll like never forget that. And White Plains, I mean, I went to high school. There, was in my heart regardless. But the athletic department is in my heart, like especially for purchasing the camera. And the reason why they did it was because of my YouTube. So they saw the resume that I had on there, and they just believed in me to really go forward. So that ever since that I had a camera in my hands due to White Plains High School putting it in my hands, I've been able to get to where I'm at. So shout out to those two. Also, Juju Smith-Schuster, because he was the first guy I actually worked with. I did like video edits for him and stuff like that while I was in high school. So I was a junior, so I was around like 15 years old, 16 years old, having a professional player post my stuff. And Juju, he was, you know, he it was like right when he went into the draft and got drafted by the Steelers.
Yeah.
So that's when he went crazy that rookie year because Antonio Brown was on his team as well. So it took away a lot of attention for him. But yeah, that working with him was definitely great. And Karen Gill was also like his manager. So shout out to those two. Definitely some some big people that helped to get me.
Whoa,
where I'm at.
don't speak past that.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
speak past that.
You know
Karen
what?
Gill, Juju Smith-Schuster. How did you even get into the connection with them?
See-
Talk about that.
Well, first of all, it was Karen Gill because he's the one who reached out to me on Instagram. And like I said, like me never being comfortable.
Yeah.
If I never made an Instagram page associated with my YouTube channel, I would never be as connected as I am today. So I just posted like 2 or 3 videos. And then the third one, he saw it. And they reached out. He was like, yo, we love your content. And would you be interested in editing some videos for Juju Smith-Schuster? And this was when he was on USC. And I did some research on him. And I was like, okay, yeah, he got potential. And him actually turned out to be a good player too. Helped. And Karen Gill, basically, he's like a manager. So he also did stuff with Le'Veon Bell, Jamal Adams. So that's how I started editing with them.
See all these
as
names,
well.
bro. Like,
So, all right,
crazy,
now
bro.
that you're talking about editing, take me through the editing space. So, because editing is not it's not an easy skill to attract. So, take me through the editing space.
Yeah, editing is tough too. Oh wait, before I get into that, I
Yeah.
also want a big shout out to my mom and dad as well because
Shout out to mom
and
I
dad.
would
Mom
not
and
be
dad.
where I'm at
Shout out to them.
without them. So you gotta have a good foundation. But yeah, going back to that editing, I started off with Camtasia Studio, which is like bad compared to what I use now, which is Final Cut usually or Premiere Pro.
Okay.
But editing that was tough, man, because it's like when I open the software, it's like, bro, what is this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think the great thing about my story is that I started off when I was young. Like, I knew about editing when I was like 13, 14, because like I said, I started to try to do the 2K Madden stuff. And I actually probably could have gone somewhere with that too, like gaming channel wise, because I had no equipment. I would record face cam with my iPhone and then just edit it.
Yeah.
With PlayStation Record, you know how
Yeah.
PlayStation Record. So I had there was no money going into that gaming channel. And it went pretty well. So yeah, I'll just say from a young age, like me knowing about Camtasia Studio and using, because when you're young, you ain't paying no bills. I mean, you just got nothing to worry about but video games in school or sports if you're playing sports, and I play sports too. So, just me using most of that time when I was young and had nothing to worry about. Just learning editing and doing research and YouTube. Yeah, I am a content creator on YouTube, but YouTube is a great teacher as well. Even picking up the camera when I had the Panasonic FC300, I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know anything about it, but looking at YouTube videos really helped. And I think that helped with me editing as well. And I think a lot of people overlook that YouTube, rather than just using it for entertainment, you can use it to teach you a lot of things as well.
So
Shout out to YouTube University, man. Shout out to YouTube University.
Yeah.
So with all these projects in place, do you ever make the time to edit these videos? Because editing videos in general takes a long time. So how can you make time for yourself to process all these editing videos and all that stuff? So how do you do that?
Yeah, it's sort of like a whenever thing, but usually recently I've tended to edit more towards night. Because my shifts are usually at night with the MLB because I'm a content editor for them. So I do remote editing for them. Mm-hmm. So usually I edit at night. But the crazy thing is that's unique about me. I know it seems like I have a lot on my plate because it is a lot. But also the thing is that I edit pretty fast, believe it or not.
How fast? Get the fuck out of here.
It's
How
crazy.
fast?
Okay, so let me give an example. I don't know if y'all seen the Ferris video. I made a Ferris the video.
Shout
for
out to
Ferris.
Ferris World Ball.
Yeah, shout out to them
Shout out
too.
to them.
Thanks for that. Shout out to them and their team for letting me pull up and show some love to everybody out there. But yeah, for example, that video, that edit took an hour. That edit took an hour, and there was a lot into that. So, yeah. So that's just an example. And usually, the stuff that I make for MLB, that's probably takes around an hour as well. So. Yeah, I
Damn,
think
that's like a
it's
flex
crazy.
because you want me to tell you why? Crazy story. The easiest thing to do in video, syncing audio. It took us 3 hours to do that. And you
Dude.
did everything all in one. And he's not even putting it into fact that,
No.
all right, how to zoom into the shot. Not only that, the transition, the edit, the cuts.
Rendering videos is oh my god, and then putting that final product to YouTube and actually waiting for the process time to actually go through it, it's insane.
Yeah, it's a lot that goes into it, and the good thing about Final Cut Pro is it renders fast as well. And I've been, that's the one I'm most comfortable with. Yeah, I use Premiere Pro as well, but Final Cut I'd say I'm way more comfortable with. And I think it's mainly just because I started from such a young age, like 13. Like I just know like how to sync things and stuff like really quick to my liking. So that's a blessing in disguise as well. So if I wasn't able to edit as fast, I probably would not be taking on as many projects as I'm able to take on.
So, all right. Now, with you being, how do you grab the viewer's attention with editing? Because that plays a big role.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It just depends on what I'm doing. Mainly, for example, with sports, a lot of stuff I put on my page, like I try to make like the first shot, like some of the best players. Like for example, with the Bills, I put Allen, Diggs, Deion Dawkins, like some of the better players and like bigger players towards like the beginning of it. So it just varies.
Crazy.
And then, for example, like, and then another example, which is a different realm, is like music stuff, like with A Boogie stuff. Like all the stuff I post there is edited by me. So for like I have some drafts of stuff I didn't post yet, but his concert videos, like those little recaps, I try to use like a really good shot, make it black and white, and then make a little effect to make it go to color.
Yeah.
So usually what I try to do, I try to have it build up for at least 5 to 7 seconds, and then get into like the action parts of the video.
So do you think like the build up like process is more faster for sports or for music?
As far as like
making like
content creation?
Yeah, like making like videos for anybody, like from the examples that you're saying, do you think that it's more easier to like build the attention for sports or for music?
I definitely think it's easier. It's easier for sports because for sports I just use shots of them like just not playing. It's like pregame stuff.
Yeah.
Like them putting on the helmet or them walking out. Me personally, I prefer like the visor shots. Like that's always really cool to me when they have the visors. And sometimes I try to add like sort of like flares and stuff like that to make it look as cinematic as possible. So definitely sports because they're not playing, so you know what's going on. It's literally pregame, which is the build up and warm ups and everything towards the game. And music is tough because they like if they're performing. Like I made a little mini trailer of Boogie once, and it was just tough building up because like I have to make it engaging. Like I have to add some effects and stuff like that. So definitely I would say sports.
So I have a question as well. What is the craziest moment in working in your field? Like one of your funny story, like a story time. Whether if that's a crazy moment or like a funny moment.
Let me think. Crazy. I think probably I would say a crazy. There's been a lot of crazy moments, but just because when I started with the NFL, it was a COVID year, so there was no one in the stands. It would only just be media out there and reporters. Mm-hmm. But this last year, with being on the NFL and then just being on the field, it's just that energy is just insane, especially in Buffalo because they're good.
Yeah,
they're a really good team, like
shout
a top
Bills,
5 team.
Bro.
Yeah, shout out to the Bills, man. Bills Mafia.
Sorry,
Bills
John.
Mafia too.
Sorry, John, y'all suck. But
shout out to Bills Mafia too because they always show love on everything I post. They always reshare it. Like so many of them, it's amazing how cool most of the fans are. But yeah, just being on the field, that experience is just. It's insane because it's a packed stadium. It's just wild. So I would say that's a crazy moment. Just being there, like like I'm on the field. And then the second one was probably actually meeting Stephon Diggs because he's always been one of my favorite receivers, and him like actually like knowing about me because we follow each other on Twitter, but we never really talk too much.
Yeah.
Because like I posted a lot of stuff for him, and then he notices most of it and he likes it, retweets it most of the time. So he's pretty cool with that. And then when I met him, because I did a shoot for the NFL and he had like a little foundation thing going on and I was there. And then like he knew who I was and some of the photos, he was like, yeah, I love your stuff. And then when I told him how old I was, because when I met him I was 20, he was like, wow.
Damn.
So you know what I'm saying, like it was pretty amazing. So meeting one of my favorite players, so that was a crazy experience as well.
So like with all these events, like do you ever feel uncomfortable within the moments that you're in there, or intimidated, something like that? Because like you gotta understand, like with his specialty, bro, like he's like in the arena, like he's in the action. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's like
every single time.
It's a good. This is a saying as well. It's like, pressure only bust pipes or make diamonds. So it's like,
Oh, see, That's a gem.
that is
So
that.
it's
Yeah,
like-
that's hard. That's hard.
So
That's a gem.
But
like I would be nervous too. How do
Yeah.
you feel? Like
yeah, I've always believed in myself and my work. Cause I'm gonna be honest, like going more on a personal note, like I've always been sort of a shy, kind of quiet guy. I still am. I'm not really the most like talkative type. I'm more of a like more less talk, more do type of guy. I always been like that, but I would say that I have the most confidence in like my video editing and all that. And that's where I'm most comfortable at because I've been doing it since I was young. So I've never really been too nervous. If anything, it's just been like my heart would beat really fast because it's like it's crazy. Like this person's in front of me. Yeah. Like Green Bay has always been like one of my favorite teams to watch because of Brett Favre, and Aaron Rodgers is another favorite quarterback of mine. So Green Bay came over for preseason and Aaron Rodgers like walked in front of me. I was like, yo, Aaron Rodgers just walked in front of me. So my heart just started beating crazy, you know what I'm saying? And then meeting A Boogie was crazy too, because I've been running his TikTok page, and then finally meeting him like a month or two after in New York City. That was a pretty crazy experience as well.
Tell us about that. Like tell us about that experience because like, bro, like you being his content creator, like I could only imagine like the type of interactions with you. Like tell us, like, if you can, one story about A Boogie for us.
Well, I don't really talk with him too. Like,
No.
I don't really. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really. Because mainly it's around like Atlantic Records. Because I've been partnered with them, like sort of with my Thunder Productions. I've been partnered with them for 2 years, or just about. So mainly it's through his team. But a crazy moment was when he actually like played some music because he has an album coming out soon. So when he played like 1 or 2 songs that didn't even come out.
TP on that.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's crazy. Yeah, so I was like, yo, he plays some, and another crazy thing too, about that was like the one of the ladies I work with, Shauna on Atlantic Records. She actually talked to him and I was telling him like what I do and everything because we never met prior to that, and because they didn't want any phones out for the songs because you know it's songs like it's unreleased songs that ain't come out yet, but I was one of the few people like actually able to record. So like I have, it's just crazy having that much
big level
power.
status.
Yeah. It's like that type of status was crazy because it's just pretty insane to me. So it's pretty cool.
You see what you you see just flexing a little bit. Talk about that connection with Atlanta Records. How did you guys build that connection with each other?
Justin from Atlanta Records, shout out to Justin. He emailed me one day and he was like, yo, I love your YouTube stuff because he's like the director of like sports marketing with Atlanta Records because they have like a sports marketing department. And he emailed me and he saw my YouTube channel and he loved the stuff that I made. And the thing is with what I do, because I do sports highlight tapes, so music plays a big role. Gotcha. Music plays a huge role. And honestly, I wasn't really making money until like I realized how it was like around like senior year, but I mainly built up my channel for free, just using a lot of copyrighted songs because you can't just go on and use like a Drake song, Young Thug song, and make money off it. Like that's their track, you know what I'm saying? So him coming into the picture and then being able to use YoungBoy or Kodak Black and Roddy Ricch, like I could use these artists through Atlantic Records because I'm partnered with them. So now I'm able to make revenue off of using those songs. That's why some of the videos that I made, some of my recent ones, I use like Pooh Shiesty. He's an artist with them. Like YoungBoy, Lil Uzi Vert. Like I have rights to those songs now on YouTube. So it's just pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty insane. So that's how it was. And then I've always been partnered with them through that, like posting on my channel as well and Instagram. Because like I said, I did stuff with Juju and Jamal Adams. So they would use like a new Kodak song or YoungBoy song or something like that, which will help promote the artist as well as myself. So it was a partnership. So we would just help each other out. So a lot of players I still know and did stuff with like DK Metcalf and a lot of other guys. Trill Williams was actually from here too, from around here. Trill. Yeah, Trill. Yeah, shout out to Trill. We're cool too. So actually, he's a big fan of A Boogie, so that worked out. So I use a lot of his stuff sometimes. So that's how it started with Atlantic Records, and then me working with the whole A Boogie situation started off with me coming to them and saying like, you know, I want to get into like the social media space. Like I feel like me growing my channel to where I was at a young age in such a short amount of time could translate to helping other artists, because I feel like I have a sense of what grows on social media, because I built my own brand off of social media.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I feel like I can actually get into a position and help someone else of status or something like that. So that's how it all started with A Boogie, because his TikTok page, there was nothing posted. There's a lot of other artists too on Atlantic Records that don't have stuff posted that hopefully I'll start running soon. But I saw his TikTok page.
Hopefully
Didn't really,
will.
Yeah. Will. But yeah, I didn't. His TikTok page wasn't active, and they wanted to get that jumping, so it was perfect. Like me, and they trusted me because we were partnered for about a year prior to that. So they had trusted me to run an account, because that's, I can't go on an account and just start doing dumb stuff. Yeah. So it's us building up that partnership and helping each other out, and me getting into a space that I always wanted to get in, which was social media. So just being in at a high level like that was just great.
So,
and that's key, because again, for everybody that's building a business for yourself, you have to make sure that one when you're creating something, you have to add value to the other candidate. That builds a organic relationship, which builds into a partnership.
That's
That's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
With that, that's sort of refreshing and also inspiring to even hear that. So thank you, man.
So what was your reaction when you got the job? I know it's probably an email or a phone call. So what was your reaction? Were you jumping in the air? It was like,
it was wild. I was like, okay, I'm gonna be real. It was crazy to me because we talked about it like 2 weeks prior, but when I got the login and I was like, yo, I'm on A Boogie's account, yo. That's when it was like, dang. I was like, yo, that's wild. That's wild. Like I'm on his account, man. So, it was definitely cool, and it was mainly over through text message actually, because I have some of the people through Atlantic Records number and Justin's number, so we were just going back and forth about it. And then I met some other people on the team that do social stuff, and we actually have a whole group chat around that TikTok page, and I just post everything, like the captions and all that. So drafts and everything's through me basically on that page. So it's pretty cool.
Like, I could only imagine with all the places that you have been, has traveling been an issue for you?
Oh, no, actually really hasn't, because, shout out to my dad as well, always pushing me. But, my dad would always tell me, I'm young, so this is the time, to travel and stuff like that. I just turned 21 actually recently, August 3rd, which is about 4 or 5 days ago.
Did you get any drinks?
Yeah, we went out. I went out with some of my coworkers, and the crazy thing is too, actually on my birthday, because like I said, I'm more of a quiet type of guy. I didn't really want to have a big party or nothing like that. Yeah. And I was actually, traveling on my birthday. I wasn't even here, so I was in Ohio. So traveling it's only really picked up when I got in college around sophomore year, 2 years ago. It's only picked up, but it's never really been a problem because I'm young now, and I've always wanted to progress as a person. Even on my birthday, me being in Ohio, I could have just said no, but I'd rather connect with other people, meet some people. So definitely, I say traveling has not been an issue because I'm young and I got nothing but time on my hands, and I'm really focused on what I want to do in life and my craft, and I want to be the best person I could be.
That's a flex. That's a bar.
That's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know.
Oh my God. So I have a bunch of questions, right? So for somebody that wants to build a brand, a social media brand, for example, we're gonna use Sudden Moves. So if you was to run Sudden Moves, how would you build the social media platform to its highest potential?
That's a great question.
Yeah, that's a great question. Like we were talking about a little bit off camera, I would mainly use TikTok to its advantage. Me personally, I've never really liked TikTok. I'm not really a big social media guy, but it's crazy because I'm in that space, but I balance it to a level where I'm not on it too much, but I just know what to do as far as my job. But I would definitely say TikTok is something that a lot of people should use, because a lot of people are asleep on it. It may be some cringe stuff that you might not like about it, but at the end of the day, that's what's popping, Like me, I never really liked it, but I started posting more on there, and I get way more views on TikTok than I do on my Instagram page, and I have more followers on my Instagram. But I'm about to pass up my Instagram page with TikTok followers, and I've gotten some followers from TikTok to Instagram. But in the span of like 3 to 4 months, I got like 10.5 thousand followers on TikTok.
Damn.
Don't let that go over your head, please.
And you want me to tell you the truth? It's like, that's hard because when we started up the TikTok space, doing reels basically, doing reels and like short videos, it was like, we thought, all right, instant gratification, we're going to get 100,000 followers on TikTok, 10,000 followers on Instagram in a matter of 3 months. And it was like, ooh. So like, has there ever been a point where it was like, all right, you was overwhelmed in the social media space? Like the situation where we was at, where it was like, we're posting on TikTok each and every day. We're posting content, but it's like, we're seeing it, but it's like, not to where I'm seeing the other person getting it. So it's like, have you ever had that instant gratification, and how did you overcome that?
Yeah. I know what you mean. Like, sort of like overwhelmed, like, oh, like I gotta post.
Yeah,
I got you.
I gotta get my following up. Like,
yeah. Well, I'll say this: I've never been overwhelmed personally, but I'll say like it came instantly, sort of, because like I work in a cool space, which is the NFL. So I sort of saw. Because I analyze stuff, so I like analyze stuff on TikTok. For example, this is a good thing, like if anyone else is watching this and wants to do stuff on TikTok. I notice a lot of videos that have text and text-to-speech, like the lady talking, the Siri lady, or whoever talking. Yeah. That gets more engagement, because if you think about it, you're using the TikTok feature, and they want to promote you using more of the app's features. So if you use one of those features, it's probably going to get more engagement.
That's free game.
You know what I'm saying?
Go Google.
Don't everybody believe in Google? Go Google that
free
shit.
game. Like,
Oh my
damn
God.
it.
Yeah.
So what about the
Damn.
And that's crazy you said that, because you say you went from 0 to 80,000 subscribers, right? And YouTube is hard, especially with the algorithm going on. So take me through that.
Well, YouTube, that was totally different. It's actually similar to TikTok in a way, because TikTok, you use trending sounds. Like, for example, A Boogie's best, like, highest, like, video, just going off topic a little bit, but it's still sort of in the same topic. TikTok sounds. If you use like a popular TikTok sound, you'll probably get more views and stuff like that. Yeah, it's similar to my YouTube channel. I will use, like, let's say for example, this new Drake song, "Staying Alive." If I make like a video using that song, it's gonna get more views because the song just dropped and it's hot. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's sort of like TikTok. Whatever's hot, use that sound, and you're going to get more views most likely. So with A Boogie, it's actually funny because we were talking in the chat, and because he went platinum with Drowning. Yeah. And I was there, like we was all there filming it and stuff like that, and we wanted like a little recap. We all planned on it. Like they wanted me to make a recap of it with some of my shots and some of the other people's shots. Yeah. So we planned on using it just the main Drowning effect, like the main Drowning song, like just it. Like regular normal speed played, but I was like, yo, we should use a sped up version. That's the one that everyone's using. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That got so many views. So they, like, originally we was gonna post it with like the normal speed Drowning song with Kodak Black, but I was like, nah, we should use it sped up. And then me putting it sped up, it has 3.5 million views, and this is highest viewed video. So if I didn't use that sound, it may not have had that many views.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yo, and you want to know what's crazy? Funny story, right? Literally, I woke up at 6 o'clock today. I wake up early in the mornings, right? I woke up at 6 o'clock today, right? And I was like, you know what? I brushed my teeth, took a shower, did my push-ups, right? And I went on TikTok just to scroll down a little bit while I was eating the food. The craziest thing is the A Boogie. It was an A Boogie TikTok, and it was his old freestyle on Hot 97, Fun Flex. Yeah. So I was like, yo, that's crazy. And they were interviewing. That's crazy.
Yeah. I edited that video. So they actually told me about it too, because I didn't know about that. They just put in a group chat like, oh, a year ago today, this dropped. I was like, okay, bet. So I just made a little edit of it, trying to make it look a little cool. Yeah. And that's funny. Yeah, I remember posting that. So
this is crazy, bro.
Yeah. It's insane.
So speaking about that, what's your favorite? Because you listen to A Boogie, I'm assuming you listen to A Boogie. What's one of your favorite albums, and what's your favorite song from A Boogie? Don't get me mad, please.
My favorite song from him, I mean, y'all might not like it because it's not, I know everyone likes his older stuff, but I like the song Be Free. I like that song. I like that song off his new one. I would say Hoodie Season. Okay. Hoodie Season might be. Yeah. I like that one. Cause look back at it, I love that song. I actually have something that I'm gonna be posting on his account soon with that. So you know, I'll probably say that. But yeah, Be Free, and then Hoodie Season as an album. I like those two.
Jumper, what about you? What's your favorite?
We ain't gonna get into that.
No, what is it? What is it? Don't duck from it. Don't duck the smoke.
Because I'm not really. It's tough because I don't really listen to A Boogie like that, but I listen to him to a degree. But
favorite song? You're ducking the smoke. Like favorite song, favorite album.
Hoodie Season, Hoodie Season is my favorite A Boogie album. But favorite song, I don't know. I really don't know. I have to relook honestly because like I don't really listen to A Boogie like that. If you would have said Pop.
Oh yeah,
see,
okay,
that's different.
yeah,
That's different.
yeah.
Okay.
Like before I even got the position, I never really listened to him too crazy as well.
Yeah.
But like it grew on me because I'm around all his songs so much.
Yeah. So
But,
it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I
What
probably
about you though?
Because
I'm not gonna duck smoke. All right, so
off camera we have our. You know what? I'm not gonna let.
So my favorite song, I have two. So I would say from his recent album, Act Like That. That's one of them.
See what I'm saying?
Number two,
This
it
is
would
exactly
be.
what I'm talking about, bro. We always have fights.
It would be
off
from the
camera.
bigger artists. Get to you. From the bigger artists.
Okay.
That'd be my two.
Okay.
And then album, I would have to say the bigger artists.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were gonna say one of the OG ones. Okay.
The bigger artists.
Yeah.
Like, do you think his music is more so for?
I like A Boogie's music. I fuck
No.
with his music
I'm
heavy.
not saying like he's actually good, but I'm just saying like for like settings like you know like parties like it's more
yeah, you could play that in the party. Yeah, about
It's
yeah,
more
in the
so.
club.
It's
Oh, you think it's more like bag music, sort of like
nah,
Rod Wave?
like it's more so like
Cause Rod Wave will hide you in your feelings.
You
Or
see
it's
Rod
like-
Wave, shout out to Jeezy, but I
would think-
I fuck with Rod Wave's old music. I don't fuck with his new music. That's the take.
I'll take.
But A Boogie, I fuck with A Boogie style. I feel like everyone, he doesn't get the credit that he deserves because he's switching through a new way. Like think about it like this: you going from piano to guitar. Not only that, it's a different sound. So it's like not a lot of people's getting adjusted to it. It's the same thing with the Drake situation where it was like,
but Drake is different because like
Well, what
He
makes
do
Drake-
everything. He do, yeah. He be,
yeah Drake is different.
Jamaican.
Yeah, so you got don't do that. Don't do that.
I mean, A Boogie stuff is cool. You know,
He's
I
tough.
fuck with A
Don't get me
Boogie.
wrong,
It's
he's
cool.
That's
tough.
one of my favorite artists. So
You'll be surprised, like even in Buffalo, at some of the parties out there, like they'll play like certain songs and they sing it like people like really like his songs,
Yeah.
like some of his stuff. So, and actually for Springfest, people were trying to get him over here because he came like 2 years ago, but we had like PNB Rock and Polo G, but people was friends that I have. They was like, yo, they was trying to get Boogie over there, like they wanted A Boogie back again. So
Yeah.
you know his fan base. I mean, I think it's mostly female. But you know what I'm saying. But
See what I'm saying?
but guys mess him too. But I
No.
with
I
A
mess with him.
I like him too.
I
man.
mess with him, but
drop the album. Drop the album. Like drop the album. Bro.
I don't even know when the album drops either. I don't
Drop
have
the
to say
album.
anything.
Drop the album. Drop the album.
Yeah, you gotta drop it. You gotta drop it, man. You definitely gotta drop it.
So going towards the sports field or sports space, right?
you got into
What was
ESPN.
one of the game? In Buffalo, it gets cold. What was one of the game?
Ooh, it's cold over there.
So what was one of the games that like had you up on your toes? Like, oh my god, this game is exciting. Like,
Okay. Oh, excited. Buffalo was so good. They was blowing almost everybody out at home.
I'm telling you, they're gonna.
It was nice last year. They're gonna be
Yeah.
nice again this year. A tough game. Yo, okay. It was two games. One when they played the Steelers on the first game of the season. They actually lost to Pittsburgh. They actually lost that game. That was a game they should have won. But that was a tough one. The next one is actually the coldest game like I've ever been to in my life. Which
How
is when they
cold?
played the Patriots. Yo, I think it was 0 degrees or negative. It was so
Up
cold.
there?
I went inside, bro.
What?
I was tearing up. It was that
did you
cold.
have
I was tearing up.
Did you have the
I was
hot warmers in
tearing
your?
up.
Did you have the hot warmers in your hand?
Man, I went through like 8 of them.
So you was holding the camera like,
Bro, they was in my hands and my feet. The hand warmers.
my God.
It's serious at Buffalo. That cold
Yeah,
gets
it gets
serious.
cold.
Yeah,
It
but
gets
the
cold.
beauty of that though is that like me being able to do that, like I'm able to film in any environment now. You know what I'm saying? Like I was
Okay.
in Ohio, that was nothing to me. It was rain. It was nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna be at the season opener game when they play the Rams in LA, and that's a great stadium. So it's like I'm used to like being in the worst conditions. So it's filming in better. Everything else is better than that. You know, any other stadium is better conditions than me. So, but yeah, that Patriots game, yo, it was serious, man. Some serious cold. And the great thing is though that like it is painful sometimes going through that. It's like, dang, I'm cold. But when I'm at home looking through the shots, I'm like, yo, like it looks cool.
Yeah,
it looks cool in the snow or whatever type of precipitation. Like it looks cool when it's all said and done.
See, shout out to the Bills. Even though they lost,
I'm a 49ers fan, so
listen. Even though they lost, they were supposed to win against the Chiefs, right?
Oh man, they should have won that game, bro.
That coin toss, that was supposed to be for the Bills. It wasn't supposed to be for the Chiefs, bro.
It wasn't even supposed to go to a coin toss, first of all, because of 13 seconds. Yeah. He wasn't even supposed to go down the field.
Out of those 13 seconds, Josh Allen, oh my God, Josh Allen is too nice, bro.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you the truth?
Bro.
And I'm going to take it away from the Bills because I really don't like the Bills.
See what I'm saying?
The Rams, come on.
The Rams is tough. I mean, they just won a ring, man. But I mean, Von Miller, he's out of there. He's on the Bills now.
I was pissed. I was literally pissed. I was watching the game pissed off.
Von Miller's on the. See, come on.
I was watching the game pissed off with the Bills and the It was not the Bills, the 49ers and the Rams.
Yeah.
I was like, I predicted this. I was like, it's gonna be Kansas City Chiefs or the Bills versus the 49ers. When I watched son drop the pick.
I'm telling you, man.
Tart, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, my heart was hurt.
And they were
mad.
up.
That probably would have been game. That probably would have been game.
I was hurt that game because I set a bet that didn't go as planned.
Yeah, that's the beauty about football though. Like it's
didn't
crazy.
go as planned.
It's crazy about football. Like one little play, one little thing. It's the same thing with the Bills. Like if he didn't back up like 20 yards and let Travis Kelce catch the ball, like they wouldn't even be going to overtime. Oh, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one little play in football. That's the crazy thing about it and the great thing about it.
And the refs was holding, and I should have won my money. FanDuel, we need to have a conversation.
I was hurt that game.
Said FanDuel,
we need to have a conversation.
But do you think that they're going to win the AFC North? I think so. Because, like, with their team.
Oh, the Bills?
Yeah.
Yeah. The AFC East? Yeah.
AFC East.
Yeah, you good.
Sorry.
But, yeah, definitely. I mean, what you got? The Jets? Nah, I mean, they're
Jets
young.
trash.
You know,
they got sauce,
about the Jets.
They got sauce.
I like him a lot. I like him a lot. I like that corner a lot.
Sauce is tough.
He's nice. He's tough.
Like, the only team that I would look out for on that whole division is probably the Patriots.
Nah, I'll say the Dolphins. I mean, everyone hates on Tua, you know what I'm saying? But speed, I mean, Hill and Waddle, that's a problem for the Bills, man. Because the Bills is a really good team, but like the guys they have, they're really well coached and really skilled, but they're not the fastest athletic. Like it's not the most athletic team in the world. So Tyreek Hill, like when they played, you saw in the AFC Championship, Tyreek Hill running circles around him. You know what I'm saying? So Tyreek Hill, like speed is a really big problem for the Bills. But the thing is, Tua, I don't know. I feel like he ain't gonna really do too much. So, yeah, the Patriots, because of Bill Belichick. But the Bills, I mean, they're just on another level right now.
But you want me to be honest with you? What's most underrated about the Bills is their line. They don't get that much credit.
Word.
They don't get that much credit.
Oh, the O-line?
Yeah, the O-line is tough.
Yeah. Shout out Deion Dawkins. Deion Dawkins, that one of the main guys on that O-line. So, yeah.
Because, and I don't want to talk too much shit, but it's like, the Miami Dolphins, they got Waddle and Hill, but it's like, if the line's not good,
Von Miller. Von Miller against him.
I think the Dolphins have a good O-line. It's just that
No,
listen. No, the reason why I say that,
the last good O-lineman they had was Laramie Tunsil.
Facts.
But the reason why I say that is because Tua is not, you know what I'm saying? Tua needs to
work on his deep ball game, like his deep ball game. Like he needs to.
I mean, he was tough in Bama though. He was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he was the same player like he is in Bama to now, the Dolphins would look.
But another thing too, that Bama. Another thing is this goes with all college sports. Bama's always gonna be nice because they always gonna get the best recruits. That's why NIL is gonna change up the whole game because now Brett is involved. You know what I'm saying? Better. But the thing is with Bama,
go Tigers.
Tua had all day at Bama. They got the best O line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't got all day with Miami. You got Von Miller. You got some guys running after you.
Like,
You
what
got
you,
guys going
like
after
think
you,
about it like
bro.
this. What you gonna do if I'm just gonna just name random D lineman. What you gonna do if Aaron Donald's getting in the middle?
Now, whoever's
Oh,
the
yeah.
opponent of
Like
that
what you?
team,
Let's be real. What
good
you gonna do
luck.
if Chase? The reports with Chase Young. What you gonna do if Chase Young was healthy, getting across the end? Like, what are you gonna do if you don't have a good O line?
Yo, I got a good question. Which is more cold? Bills and Mafia's arena or Lambeau Field? That is a different
I
type
don't
of
know. Yeah.
cold, bro.
Bills.
Like,
It's funny too because I was just when I was in Canton, Ohio, because we work with other LCCs. The Green Bay one, Peyton, she was there, and we were like talking about like how we're both in like the coldest environments. But I think Buffalo got it. I don't know, but it's just I think Buffalo got it, man, because it's like, yo, you don't know what's gonna be dropping from the sky.
Yeah.
Rain, hail, sleet, bro. I don't know what's gonna be.
Last time I went to Buffalo,
dude,
I was like literally like, and it was raining, but it was like cold rain, and I'm freezing. And usually when I'm like cold, I get super loud to start getting the chills. And I'm like, I just need to go to the nearest place that has
dude,
heat.
I'm telling you, bro. I had to
it's
double
serious.
sock. I was wearing boots. My time going up there, I had to double sock, bro.
You got a triple
Bro.
sock over there.
Yeah, bro.
And if you don't have the heat
Yeah,
warmers, you're
bro.
fucked. Like, you're
Oh
fucked.
yeah, it's GGs. It's GGs, man. GGs. Yeah, Buffalo tough, man. I say I'll give it to Buffalo. I've never been to Lambeau Field, but I'm gonna just give it to Buffalo, man, just cause.
So speaking about Buff, you obviously got accepted over there. Why you choose you Buff?
Mainly, financially, that was the best decision, and also their sports program actually, because what I planned on doing was interning with wherever college I was going to go to. I was looking at like New Haven, even Oklahoma, because my cousin Julian Wilson, he was a corner on the Oklahoma Sooners. So I always had football running deep in my family, so we had connections and like everywhere as far as football. But Buffalo definitely, because it was D1 sports in New York, you know what I'm saying? And it was in New York. So I planned on interning with them, and it turned out to be a great decision, you know what I'm saying? So I'll definitely say, and also it being very diverse as well. It's pretty diverse, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's another thing that's slept on with Buffalo. So I think the diversity and also the sports programs is the two biggest things that drove me towards there.
So, to close this one out, for anybody that's out there that's wanting to become a digital content, like a content creator, what would be tip of advice?
I'll say if you want to become a digital content creator, use the content that you're looking at as inspiration. You know what I'm saying? And use YouTube as a great teacher. And don't be afraid to post your work, because it's crazy to me, like, even to this day, like, I still have some DMs I didn't even get to. Like, there's a lot of people that, like, love some of the work I do. They're like, yo, I love your work, and, like, you inspire me to do certain things in this field. So it's like you never know who's watching, and you never know who's going to look at your content. Like, me just posting some on Instagram, I was able to start working with Juju Smith-Schuster and Jamal Adams. So, just never being afraid to post your work and using YouTube to your advantage. There is a lot of questions that we have, but maybe before asking someone, try to find out the answer yourself. Because I never really asked too many. I actually never looked up to any content creators, really. Like, there was content guys I liked, but I never really, like, reached out, asked a whole bunch of questions. There's a few that are really, like, Josh. Shout out to Josh Leitner. He works with NFL. He's a really cool guy. And VAR. There's some older guys that I know that have been really cool, but majority of the stuff that I figured out, like, was through YouTube and just using that to my advantage. And use the internet, man. It's a wealth of knowledge in there.
Man, this was a really good episode. This is a really good episode.
It's free
I
game.
appreciate you for coming up on here, man. Like,
Yeah, thanks for having me.
gems.
It's free game, bro.
Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Everyone's links will be in the description, and we are out.
Peace.